Hi everybody, and I would like to welcome you to our pre-Rosh Hashanah musical program looking at some of the highlights of the songs of our Rosh Hashanah service. This year is truly a new and different year. As we welcome in Rosh Hashanah, we realize that so much has changed, and yet equally there are still some things which remain just the way they always were. And at the top of that list is Congregation Beth Tikva, our commitment to you, and our love of song to be able to fill the synagogue with the beautiful music and words that is the liturgy at this time of year. We have composed the following video of some familiar cantors and some familiar tunes to help put you in the right frame of mind. And music truly is what is able to lift us ever higher. Arnold Bennett once said that music is a language which the soul alone understands, but which the soul can never translate. Goethe said that religious worship cannot do without music. If words are the language of the mind, then music is the language of the soul. And Jewish music is especially so in this case. Whenever there were moments of incredible victory or even incredible depths of the human heart, our greatest people always turn to song. We immediately see this with Devorah. The Jewish armies win an incredible battle over the forces of Sisera, and Devorah, the leading member of the Jewish people, a female judge, bursts into song, Shirat Devorah. Hannah, when she finally has a child, and expressing her thanksgiving to God, bursts into song, Shirat Hannah, the song of Hannah. When our first king of Israel, Shaul, is depressed and feeling miserable, lonely, anxious, he turns to David, to play him his harp, and his spirit is restored. Indeed, David HaMelech, King David himself, our greatest king, is referred to and known to us by the Tanakh, the Jewish Bible, as the sweet singer of Israel. Elisha calls for a harpist to play so that the spirit of prophecy could rest upon him. And we begin our prayers with Psukei de Zimra, verses of song each and every day. Song has the ability to lift us. Song has the ability to express our innermost feelings. And it is to the cantors of our congregation and people who have recently been singing with us over the last number of years that we now turn as we enjoy not just their words, but also their music. May I take this opportunity in wishing all of you a Shana Tova U'Metuka, a happy, healthy, and sweet new year.
Good afternoon. Today is Friday, the 28th of August, and in an effort to familiarize some of our congregation with some of the tunes we hope to be singing on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, I'm preparing a couple of short videos for members to listen to, and hopefully when they are here in Shul, they're able to participate and they're able to sing along. We're going to start with a selection from the Unasana Tokef. And of course, the Unasana Tokef is really the heart of Musaf. It's probably the most well-recognized prayer that we sing in the entirety of the Musaf. And I'm going to just take a short selection singing one of the tunes that I sing over the holidays. So if you have a Birnbaum Machzor, please turn to the center paragraph on page 361, and we're going to start about 3 lines from the bottom of that second paragraph. Kivakorat, kivakorat ro and ro. Oi, ma virzono, tachar shivto. Kivakorat, kivakorat ro and ro. Oi, ma virzono, tachar shivto. Kein tavir vetispor vetimene, oi vetif kore nefesh kol chai. Metach tokitzva lechal beria. Oy vetich tov, et gezor dienam. That leads us right into another very well recognized prayer that congregations all over the world sing together. Rosh Hashanah yikatevun uviyom tzom kippur yechatevun Rosh Hashanah yikatevun uviyom tzom kippur yechatevun. And there are a number of verses that are recited by the cantor, and we go back and we sing what is known as the recitative, that part we just sang that begins with Rosh Hashanah. I would presume that in this year of pandemic, many of us will be more focused perhaps on the second paragraph, which has the words umi v'magefa, and who by plague. And of course, we all pray that this is very soon behind us. Another extremely popular prayer in all congregations is that of V'chol Ma'aminim, all believe. And we recite numerous verses, some in Hebrew, some in English. And the verses that I sing, I generally alternate between two tunes. And on page 367 in the Birnbaum Machzor, you will find the prayer of V'chol Ma'aminim, and let's start. V'chol ma'aminim, shehu el emunah, habochenu v'odek, in ze nistarot. V'chol ma'aminim, shehu bochen kelayot, hagoel mimavet, ufode mishachad. Bechol ma'aminim, shehu goel chazak, Adon yechidi levayolam. And for the other tune, let's jump down to the bottom two couplets on the page. V'chol ma'aminim, shehu ein bilto, azocher lemazkirav, tovot zichronot. V'chol ma'aminim, shehu zocher And of course, the prayer continues for a couple of pages, during which there will be an interlude where the rabbi will read a number of the verses in English, and then we'll return to Hebrew.
To my dearest friends in the Beth Tikva community, to say this year is different is probably the biggest understatement I've ever made. And indeed, beyond all the various transitions that have happened, this year, Rosh Hashanah, is not the same that we're all used to. This year is going to be different in the fact that on the first day of Rosh Hashanah, we won't be blowing the shofar. And I believe there's a message here that I heard years ago from my own Rebbe, Rav Amital. He said that every few years, the shofar is taken away from us so that we don't think falsely that there's any shortcuts. That there's any shortcuts in standing before God in judgment and coming out successfully. That there's any shortcuts in demanding and requesting of God that He give us the much needed health and happiness that the world needs at this time. And therefore, every few years, the shortcuts are taken away. Every few years, the familiar is no longer there. And indeed, what a year for that to happen. What a year for that to happen in which I personally can have the pleasure of having Cantor Hank be my representative before God. That I can have Rabbi Fishman's words of Torah. And that I can overhear Rabbi Zeisit's Tekiot. That I can't be with you personally and enjoy this Yontiv as well as be worried about the year ahead, but at least together with everyone. This particular year, it's just us individually. We all individually, without shortcuts, have to come before God, ask for health and happiness, have an accounting of what we've done, and obviously take upon ourselves so much that we can yet do. It's my hope and prayer that we'll be able to do it without the help of the shofar, and for many of us, without the help of cantors and rabbis. We come before God on these days individually, so that hopefully, this time next year, we'll be able to all celebrate once again together. And it's my hope and prayer, God listen to our very genuine and individual petitions this year, and grant us a wonderful year of health and happiness ahead. Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is not just about God giving us life, allowing us to breathe, and allowing us to exist, but rather it's the question of what we do with that existence. And one of the many things we ask for is Kadshenu b'mitzvotecha. Once we're alive and we're well, sanctify us with your mitzvot. Allow us not just to go through the physical acts of hearing the shofar, of shaking the lulav, of lighting the Shabbos or Hanukkah candles, but rather give us a sense that it's sanctifying us, that it's significant. To take anything we do and uplift it to the second floor. The first floor is the physical act. The second floor is making that physical act substantial. Kadeshenu b'mitzvotecha b'tein chelkeinu b'toratecha yisahabeinu mituvecha v'samcheinu b'yeshuatecha v'taher libeinu leyovdecha hay b'yemen. One of the many tunes that I personally enjoy not only sharing with you, but to me mean a great deal this year, is the tune that I use to the words that we insert in our Amidas from the time Rosh Hashanah enters till Yom Kippur exits. The words, Zochreinu l'chayim, remember us for life, Melech hafetz b'chayim, a God who yearns for life, V'chotvenu b'sefer hachayim, and write us into the book of life, Lema'ancha Elohim chayim, for your sake, God of life. This year, in the midst of this pandemic, I can't think of anything more important than asking God for life. Zochereinu ha'ilechayim melech חפץ בחיים, אוי וכותבנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים חיים. אוי 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 מלך עוזר, איי 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 ומושיע, איי ומגן, איי 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 ברוך אתה השם מגן אברהם.
Community of Betikva, we have had a difficult year, full of loneliness. This year, we will not be together in Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Therefore, on the advice of Rabbi Fishman, I record selected songs of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur for you. I wish you only health and happiness. And the next year we will be meet in the Bet HaMikdash. I miss you. Shana Tova. Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom 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 alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom 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 alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom 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 alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom alechem, Evenu shalom 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 alechem. Machnisei rachamim, achnisu rachameinu, ayelifnei bal harachamim, mashmiei tefila, ashmiu tfiloteinu, lifnei shomei tefila, mashmiei tzeaka, ashmiu et tzakateinu, lifnei shomei tzeaka, ay 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 machnisei dima, achnisu dimoteinu, לפני מלך מתרצה בדמעות, איי 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 השתדלו והרבו תחינה, אוי וירבו תחינה ובקשה, אוי לפני מלך אל רם ונישא, מלך אל רם ונישא, אוי השתדלו והרבו תחינה, והרבו תחינה ובקשה. היה לי לפני מלך אל רם ונישא, מלך אל רם ונישא. הללו אל בקודשו, הללו ברכיה עוזו, הללו בגבורותיו, הללו כרוב גודלו, הללו בתקע שופר, הללו בנבל וכינור, הללויה, 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 הללויה. הללו בתוף ומחור, הללו במינים ועוגב, הללו בציל צלי שמיים, הללו בצלצלי תרועה, כל הנשמה תהלליה, כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה, hallelujah. Sing together with me. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. עמול על מעשיך ותשמח במעשיך, ויאמרו לך עושך מצדך מוסך, אוי חמול על מעשיך ותשמח במעשיך, ויאמרו לך עושך מצדך מוסך, איי 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 תוקדש אדון על כל מעשיך, כי מקדישך על קדושתך קידשת, נאה לקדוש, איי נאה לקדוש, איי איי פר מקדשים, איי 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 תוקדש אדון על כל מעשיך, כי מקדישך לקדושתך קידשת, נאה לקדוש, איי נאה לקדוש, איי איי פר מקדשים.
Aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Amor Aleinu, Ve'alol Aleinu, Ve'tapeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Kale dever, Ve'cherev ve'rav, Me'aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Kale kol tzar, Umastin, Me'aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Kotveinu Besefer Chaim Tovim. Avinu Malkeinu, Chadesh Aleinu, Chadesh Aleinu, Shana Tova. Shema Koleinu, Shema Koleinu, Shema Koleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, Imru amen. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, yase shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.